A border security force personnel was beaten to death in Gujarat's Nadiad after he protested against the circulation of an obscene video of his daughter. A police case has been filed. Sources say that the man had gone to the home of the 15-year-old who allegedly posted the video online in Chaklasi village on Saturday. There he was attacked by the family. Neeta is now joining us with more details on this. Neeta, shocking case there coming to light. What action has the police taken so far in this matter?
Yes, Maha, it's a very sad incident. You know, a BSF Jawan has died on spot while his son has sustained injuries in his head and is also undergoing treatment. As per the FIR, a case has been registered under sections 302, which is murder, 307, attempt to murder, and other various sections of IPC, Indian Penal Code. Investigation is going on as per Gujarat Police. As you were mentioning, that there was this video which was in circulation. This belonged to the daughter of this border security force officer, the Jawan. They went to the house of the boy's house and they were protesting as to why this video is online and why is it going viral. So an argument broke out. As per police FIR, the boy's side started beating the BSF Jawan and his son. The BSF Jawan died on spot. However, his son has sustained injuries and is undergoing treatment as per Gujarat Police. Investigations are going on. The Border Security Force has confirmed that this was a private matter and this incident has indeed taken place. And they are also, looking into this aspect and trying to assist Gujarat Police if the BSF Jawan was on leave or was he on duty. Those kind of questions are also being answered by the Border Security Force.
All right, Neeta Sharma getting us all those details about this case coming to light of a BSF soldier being beaten to death in Gujarat. In a phone conversation with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Monday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi strongly reiterated his call for an immediate cessation of hostilities between Ukraine and Russia and said that both sides should revert to dialogue and diplomacy to find a lasting solution to their differences. In a tweet, Zelensky said that he counted on New Delhi's support for the implementation of his peace formula, which he had proposed on the G20 platform. The leaders also exchanged views about the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Prime Minister Modi strongly reiterated his call for an immediate cessation of hostilities and said that both sides should revert to dialogue and diplomacy to find a lasting solution to the differences. That's what a statement from the Prime Minister's office said. It also said that Prime Minister Modi conveyed India's support for any peace efforts and assured the Ukrainian President of India's commitment to continuing providing humanitarian assistance for affected civilian population. Meanwhile, President Putin of Russia has said on Sunday that he is not averse to negotiations.
Я считаю, что мы действуем в правильном направлении. Мы защищаем свои национальные интересы, интересы наших граждан, наших людей, повторю еще раз. И другого выбора, кроме как защита наших граждан, у нас просто нет. Но мы готовы договариваться со всеми участниками этого процесса о приемлемых каких-то развязках. Но это их дело. Не мы же отказываемся от переговоров, а они.
Meanwhile, let's try and understand what this peace formula that is being spoken about here. In fact, the Ukrainian foreign minister spoke with NDTV earlier on, and this is what he explained.
We've seen more direct statements in the recent past from Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the war that's been imposed on Ukraine. Do you believe India's Prime Minister can play a more direct role in reaching out to the Russian leadership to try and end this conflict?
Definitely. India is a very important player on the global arena, and Prime Minister of India, with his voice, can make a change. Indeed, we are looking forward to the moment when Indian foreign policy will call spade a spade and name the conflict not war in Ukraine, but what it is, the Russian aggression against Ukraine. President Zelensky, speaking at the G20 summit on Bali, announced a peace formula that consists of 10 steps and represents an excellent platform for global engagement of countries willing to bring peace back to Ukraine. So India is more than welcome to participate in this implementation of this formula, and we will need a strong leadership of your Prime Minister to end the war.
Well, the CBI has arrested Videocon Group founder Venugopal Dhoot in connection with the ICICI Bank loan fraud case. The arrest comes 2 days after the arrest of the bank's former CEO, Chanda Kochar.
High-profile arrests in the ICICI loan fraud. Top banker and former chief executive officer of ICICI Bank, Chanda Kochar, her husband Deepak, and Videocon's Venugopal Dhoot were arrested by the CBI 4 years after the central agency charged the trio for alleged corruption and bank fraud. While the Kochars were arrested on Friday, Dhoot was arrested by the agency on Monday morning after brief questioning in Mumbai. The case dates back to 2011 when Chanda Kochar headed ICICI Bank and sanctioned 3,200 crores to Videocon Group. ICICI Bank sanctioned 6 high-value loans to Videocon Group between 2009 and 2011 according to the CBI. The loans were cleared by a panel headed by the then MD Chanda Kochar. On the 7th of September 2009, ICICI disbursed 300 crores to the Videocon Group. The Videocon Group transferred 64 crores to Deepak Kochar's New Power Renewables. Dhoot's investment in New Power was quid pro quo. Chanda Kochar resigned as ICICI MD in 2018 after the case went public. While Deepak Kochar was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in the money laundering investigation linked to the same case in 2020, the CBI proceeded to arrest all 3 as the agency alleges that they haven't been cooperating. Chanda Kochar and Deepak Kochar have not been cooperating, say the CBI. They are very influential. If let out, they'll influence the witnesses. Custodial interrogation of the Kochars is necessary to get to the bottom of the case. The CBI says that they need custody of the Kochars to confront them with Venugopal Dhoot. Other loans sanctioned under the Kochars' tenure is also under investigation.
CBI court in Mumbai has granted 3 days of custody to Chanda Kochar, her husband Deepak Kochar and Venugopal Dhoot of Videocon Group after CBI sought 3 days of custody to confront Kochars with Venugopal Dhoot to get to the bottom of this case. This is Arun Gunasekar for NDTV.
Now, in a move that is likely to raise a political storm, the CBI has reopened a corruption case against former Chief Minister of Bihar, Lalu Prasad Yadav, months after the state reversal in which his party tied up with Nitish Kumar's JDU and formed a government.
As Lalu Prasad Yadav recovers from a kidney transplant in Singapore, there is fresh trouble for him and his son, Bihar's Deputy Chief Minister Tejasvi Yadav, his 2 daughters, Chanda and Ragini Yadav. The CBI has reopened the case 1 year after closing it, citing no wrongdoing.
हम लोग का सारा स्टेटमेंट ऑन रिकॉर्ड है। हम कई बार जाकर के हम ईडी हो सीबीआई हो वहाँ अपना सवाल का जवाब जो है हम लोग रिकॉर्ड पे दे चुके हैं।
In 2021, CBI's investigating officer cited several irregularities. Senior officers in the agency said there are no strong grounds to register FIR. Sources say CBI has reopened the case based on investigation officer's report. In 2021, the CBI investigating officer cited several irregularities like antedated stamp papers, sham transactions and property transfer in favor of Yadav's at a throwaway price. However, senior officers in the agency said there are no strong grounds to register FIR, so the case was closed. Now sources say the CBI has reopened the case to see whether a case or FIR can be registered based on the report of the investigating officer. The CBI director has the discretion to overrule opinions of other officers. The allegation is that the Lalu Yadav family received a prime property from a realty giant in return for a contract to redevelop, renovate for 2 prime railway properties in Mumbai and Delhi. The CBI claims the 30 crore property was sold for just 5 crores to a firm where Tejasvi Yadav and his 2 sisters were directors.
उनको यहाँ के बारे में जानकारी है ना, तो एक जिला के बारे में जानकारी होगा, बिहार के बारे में।
लालू यादव उनका परिवार जिस प्रकार से सरकारी धन का दुरुपयोग या सत्ता का दुरुपयोग करता रहा, उसी का परिणाम है उनकी पूरी जिंदगी जेल में कट गई जो। इसलिए देखिए जैसा बोएगा वैसा वो पाएगा। तो बोया पेड़ बबूल का तो आम कहां से हो।
With Arvind Gunasekar, Bureau Report, NDTV.
Meanwhile, our sources have pointed out today that Nirmala Sitharaman was admitted to the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. She was showing symptoms of a viral fever on Monday and therefore she was admitted to the hospital. Nirmala Sitharaman is recovering. The finance minister was in AIIMS for a viral infection. Well, in Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's visit to the Samadhi of former Prime Minister and BJP stalwart Atal Bihari Vajpayee as part of his Bharat Jodo Yatra sparked a row, a face-off between the BJP and the Congress. Rahul Gandhi's attire to a T-shirt despite Delhi's biting cold drew a lot of chatter.
Rahul Gandhi at former Prime Minister and BJP stalwart Atal Bihari Vajpayee's Samadhi in a T-shirt, despite Delhi's biting 7 degrees Celsius cold. Mr. Gandhi also visited Samadhis of other former Prime Ministers in Delhi as part of his nationwide Bharat Jodo Yatra. But his presence at Mr. Vajpayee's Samadhi sparked a row not only within the BJP, but even his own party. In this now deleted tweet, All India Congress Committee coordinator Gaurav Pandey attacked Mr. Vajpayee and the RSS, saying the former Prime Minister played a crucial role in inciting riots.
एक तरफ तो आप नाटक करते हैं, आप श्रद्धांजलि देने सदैव अटल पर जाते हैं, दूसरी तरफ आप ही के नेता ऐसे अपशब्दों का प्रयोग करते हैं। ये दिखाता है कि अंदर से कितना जहर है।
और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि राहुल गांधी जी को अटल जी की समाधि पर देखकर आज के प्रधानमंत्री को अपना राजधर्म जरूर याद आना चाहिए और उनको उसका पालन करना चाहिए जो अटल जी उनको कभी सिखाना चाहते थे। राजनीति बड़े मन से की जाती है और वही काम राहुल गांधी जी ने किया आज।
Mr. Gandhi's choice of attire, a T-shirt in the middle of a cold wave across North India, also drew lots of social media chatter. On Sunday, Mr. Gandhi had responded to questions about his attire even after the Yatra entered bitterly cold North India, saying it wasn't a big deal, asking the media to focus instead on how the poor were coping. With Alok Pandey, Nayantara Singh for NDTV.
Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai was in Delhi to meet Union Home Minister Amit Shah as the political focus now shifts to the southern state where elections are due in 4 months. Speculation is also rife of a possible shake-up in the state to overcome anti-incumbency.
In expansion ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆಯಿತು. ಈ ಬಾರಿ ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಶೀಘ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೇವೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದರು. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಯಾವ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಯಾವ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅತಿ ಶೀಘ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೇವೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೂಡ.
Taking a quick break now, we'll be back with more. Stay with us. Terribly cold conditions continue to prevail in the US and parts of Canada as a bomb cyclone continues to batter this area. At least 38 people have been killed directly as a result of this winter storm in the US. The US winter storm has in fact brought power cuts and flight cancellations as well.
Following Friday's bomb cyclone, Wind chills are at minus 40 degrees Celsius in some parts of the US, with reports of frozen bodies being found inside cars in the middle of streets and trapped in houses. Over 36 people have died in this massive winter storm that continues to blast much of the US with brutal winter weather. Parts of western New York have been buried by up to 43 inches of snow, leaving vehicles stuck and thousands of homes and businesses without electricity. New York's governor says the situation is still life-threatening.
We're still in the throes of this very dangerous, life-threatening situation. Just because people might see the sky a little bit today, those storms, the wind, the velocity, the volume, it's coming back.
So travelers' weather woes are likely to continue, with hundreds of domestic and international flight cancellations this morning as well. Since the start of the monstrous Arctic storm, the number of outages has at times exceeded 1 million customers. Winter storm warnings remain in effect in New York for Buffalo, as 10 million people are under freeze alerts across the US even today. As per forecasters, a moderating trend should set in on Tuesday. Parmeshwar Bava for NDTV.
More international news now, and China's COVID crisis continues. The health infrastructure is completely overwhelmed, but the only silver lining has been that China hasn't reported any fresh deaths in the last 5 days.
Overwhelmed doctors and medical workers in footage released by the Chinese state broadcaster that contradicts the official government line that China's COVID situation is under control. This COVID ward is inside a prominent hospital in capital Beijing. Doctors say they are working 24/7, handling over 500 emergency cases daily, a figure 10 times above normal. The biggest worry is critically low oxygen levels on most patients.
现在我们每天的这个工作量是非常大的，现在我们已经到了530多的急诊量了，来的病人全部都是氧合才50、60、70这样，所以重病人的这个压力非常的大。
China's Zhejiang, a big industrial province near Shanghai, is battling a record 10 lakh new daily COVID-19 infections. Reuters quoted the local government as saying the number was expected to double in the days ahead. This footage was tweeted by Chinese origin human rights activist Jennifer Zheng, who claimed it was shared live on a Chinese social media platform and showed a man's father being taken to a Zhejiang hospital in a critical condition. Beyond China's megacities, COVID cases appear to be exploding in smaller cities and rural areas too, where under-resourced regional hospitals have little experience dealing with the disease and are already struggling with limited medical supplies, according to a report by Chinese business news portal Caijing, quoted by Reuters. But the true tally of the outbreak in the nation of 1.4 billion isn't known. China's National Health Commission, the country's top health regulator, said on Sunday it will stop publishing daily COVID surveillance data, which was seen as widely underestimating the illness's explosive spread across the country. Bureau Report, NDTV.
Well, and holiday cheer is in full swing for the hospitality industry. After 2 years, or rather 3 years, hotels and accommodations are full and cash registers are ringing. Sakshi Bajaj is now joining us with more. Sakshi, I believe some places are showing record bookings.
That's right, Maha. It is Christmas cheer in full swing, at least for the hospitality industry, with OYO founder Ritesh Agarwal tweeting about record bookings, not just in India, but across the globe, and the highest number of bookings since the pandemic. He also mentioned in his tweet, and I quote, that over 2 lakh people chose to stay at an OYO on Christmas Eve globally. This was a 52% rise from Christmas last year. Now, of course, while he's mentioned area-specific details, an OYO spokesperson also told NDTV that they're anticipating record bookings during the New Year weekend for the entire sector. The hospitality sector is now clearly set to end the year on a high note, with robust rise in demand across segments.
All right, Sakshi, many thanks for joining us with all those details. Well, and dozens of Londoners plunged into the cool waters of Hyde Park's the Serpentine Lake on Sunday for an annual Christmas Day swim. The Serpentine Swimming Club hosts the Peter Pan Cup every year on December 25th, with these swimmers of all ages taking part in a 100-yard swim. Despite water temperatures of about 4 to 5 degrees Celsius, the event has grown in popularity in recent years. The event was first held in 1864.